If you are not chosen by God, I want you to stop right here. This message is not entertainment, it is not casual conversation, and it is certainly not for those who walk in darkness. The ones who do not walk the divine path will not understand what I am about to say. Only those who are marked by God, those who carry His Spirit and His calling, will feel this message in their bones. If you are still here, it means heaven has guided you to this very moment. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are chosen, and you have been sensing things that others cannot explain or even notice. Your awareness has grown stronger. Your intuition has become louder. You feel energy shifts from miles away, and you do not know why. Chosen one, you are not crazy. You are spiritually awakened. Before we begin, comment 777 down below so I know you are one of us, and tell me what you have felt in the presence of darkness. Do not hesitate. Speak freely. And if you have not already, subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, tap the bell, and share this video to another chosen one in need. This revelation will change the way you walk through this world. It will unlock clarity you have been waiting for your entire life. Stay until the end.
Dear chosen one, are you walking the path of God but feeling a lack of guidance? Do you feel alone and isolated and want to know why God is doing this to you? We have built a community for the 144,000 chosen ones where you can watch our premium videos, get daily newsletters and prayer techniques to connect with God more deeply. You can also read blog posts and receive free ebooks to learn more about your journey. It will be your guide to walk the path of God and lead a life of faith and wisdom. More than 1,000 brothers and sisters have already joined, so don't miss out on today's daily guidance. Check out the link in the video description and join the 144,000 Chosen One community right now.
The spiritual radar of the chosen. Your soul was wired differently. Chosen one, there is something about you that has never matched the rest of the world. You feel it when you enter a room, when you speak to someone for the first time, when you cross paths with strangers who suddenly become uncomfortable. You sense the invisible before it becomes visible. You detect intentions long before words are spoken. This is not paranoia, it is not insecurity. It is the divine radar embedded in your soul. God designed you differently. While others rely on logic, pattern, and evidence, you carry a silent spiritual sensor that reads energy, motives, and frequency. You do not need someone to insult you for you to know they dislike you. You do not need someone to betray you to feel their deception. Your spirit warns you before your mind understands why. This is the mark of the chosen. Most people learn through reaction. You learn through revelation. Others experience danger and then understand it. You feel danger approaching miles before it arrives. This is why you often find yourself avoiding certain people without having a clear reason. This is why you feel uncomfortable in the presence of someone everyone else trusts. This is why some individuals glance at you once and subconsciously know you see through them. You might think you are being judgmental, but you are not. Your soul is tuned to divine frequency, and anything that does not align with God's light becomes instantly loud to your intuition. You may have noticed this since childhood. There were people who looked at you strangely, teachers who disliked you for no reason, relatives who felt uneasy around you, classmates who avoided you even though you were quiet. You thought you were the problem, but the truth is simpler. Your presence exposes hidden intentions. The light in you irritates the darkness in others, even when you have done nothing. The chosen do not need to speak to be noticed. Their aura speaks, their silence speaks, their gaze speaks. You do not chase attention, yet attention finds you. You do not seek conflict, yet conflict seeks you. You are a walking signal of heaven on earth. When you walk into a room, energy shifts. Some people instinctively straighten their posture. Some lower their tone. Some avoid eye contact. This is not coincidence. Spirits are reacting, not individuals. Darkness recognizes the scent of divine authority. Spirits cloaked in jealousy, spiritual sickness, unclean intentions, and hidden malice become agitated in your presence. Their bodies behave like alarms being triggered. They do not know why they suddenly dislike you. They do not know why they feel threatened. They only feel the discomfort of being seen by something their ego cannot comprehend. And chosen one, this is why you cannot fake relationships. Your soul refuses to belong where it is not spiritually welcomed. You may try to blend in, but the light in you betrays the disguise. You may try to be normal, but heaven has never allowed you to be ordinary. Your soul was molded with sensors that ring when you stand next to someone whose intentions whisper danger. Your heart tightens, your body becomes alert, your mind quiets, and your spirit speaks. You may not hear it in words, but you feel it truthfully. The uneasiness is real. The warning is divine. You do not have to see someone acting wickedly in public to know their spiritual condition. You sense the heaviness they carry. You sense their arrogance, their envy, their bitterness, their hunger for chaos. And here is what makes you different. You do not fight them with anger. You simply guard yourself and walk away. That is maturity born from divine instinct. You are not here to argue with darkness. You are here to identify it, understand it, and avoid becoming entangled in its traps. Some people spend years figuring out that a person was toxic. You detect it in their eyes, their posture, the way they breathe, the way they approach you without speaking. You notice the micro-tension, the aggressive greeting, the fake smile, the overpraised compliments. All of these tell your spirit what their words try to hide. That is why you often distance yourself from someone long before they ever do anything to you. And when later their true colors appear, others say you were lucky. No, chosen one. You were not lucky. You were listening. This radar is not something you developed because you were hurt. It was present from the beginning. But life sharpened it. Betrayal taught your soul to read deeper. Rejection taught your heart to trust its signals. Loneliness taught your spirit how to hear God instead of people. Pain did not break you. Pain calibrated you. Every emotional wound became a tuning fork that improved your spiritual hearing. What others see as trauma, heaven sees as training. Your hypersensitivity is the result of divine engineering. You may think sometimes that you are too sensitive. You may tell yourself that you are imagining things, that you are overreacting. But pay attention to this. How many times were you right? How many times did you ignore that inner discomfort only to later realize you should have walked away? Your soul knows before your brain analyzes. You are not sensing thoughts, you are sensing spirits. This world is not merely physical, it is layered with frequencies, intentions, and unseen forces. Chosen ones are gifted naturally to perceive these hidden layers. You were built to detect threats, to protect those around you, to walk away from traps, and to stand strong when darkness thinks it has you cornered. People call you intense, distant, hard to approach, or mysterious. They cannot explain why, but they feel something different about you. They might say your presence is heavy, or they feel like they need to be careful around you. What they are truly confessing is this: their spirit senses your authority. Chosen one, your radar is not broken. It is working exactly as God intended. Your soul is wired differently. You see the storm before the clouds gather. You feel betrayal before the knife touches your back, and that is why you are still standing. Dark souls and energy parasites. Why they fear your light. Chosen one, you must understand something very simple. Darkness recognizes you before you recognize yourself. The moment you walk into a room, those who carry corrupted intentions feel exposed. When you speak, even in softness, those who operate in manipulation feel as if they are being interrogated. When you simply exist, spirits that survive on deception become restless. They cannot explain it, but their souls know you are not a victim or a follower. You carry something ancient and divine. Your light puts pressure on everything fake, everything corrupt, and everything spiritually diseased. Energy parasites are terrified of you, not because you attack them, but because you see them without trying. Dark souls can wear makeup, fine clothes, expensive watches, false smiles, successful careers, or even religious titles. They love pretending to be righteous, compassionate, or wise. They perform goodness like actors performing a script. But the moment a chosen one is near, the mask becomes heavy. Their charm stops working. Their manipulation stops flowing. The aura that they use to sway others suddenly collapses because your presence is not influenced by illusions. You cannot be bought with compliments, distracted with seduction, or controlled with guilt. You see patterns, motives, and spiritual stains that most people overlook. This is why they avoid you. This is why they hate you. This is why nothing about their darkness can survive in your light. Energy parasites are individuals who do not create, do not build, and do not carry spiritual power of their own. They feed on chaos, drama, negativity, fear, insecurity, and confusion. When they encounter a chosen one, they sense that their usual tactics will fail. They cannot drain you easily. They cannot provoke you into destruction. They cannot make you feel worthless. They cannot confuse your identity. Their tricks evaporate because your spirit does not respond to low vibration. God has equipped you with internal alarms that ring loud the moment someone attempts to steal your peace. They feel your inner strength and panic. They cannot dominate you, so they attempt to destroy you. You have probably seen this many times throughout your life. A person who has never spoken to you suddenly dislikes you. A co-worker spreads rumors about you even though you barely interacted. A relative feels threatened by your growth and tries to undermine you. A friend who secretly envies you becomes distant the moment you succeed. None of this is random. These behaviors are evidence of spiritual insecurity. Darkness does not hate you because you have done something wrong. It hates you because your existence proves its weakness. You carry a frequency that whispers to every lost soul, your manipulation will not work here. This is why narcissists cannot stand chosen ones. Narcissists survive off admiration, submission, and psychological slavery. They enjoy controlling people emotionally and spiritually, but when they meet a chosen one, the dynamic flips. Their charm fails. Their lies sound cheap. Their intimidation bounces back like a broken arrow. They sense from your silence that you cannot be enslaved. You do not need validation. You do not seek their approval, and you do not fear abandonment. You do not play their game, so the game becomes meaningless. To them, you are an enemy simply because you are free. Another type of dark soul is the spiritual leech. This is the person who wants to sit next to you, talk endlessly, and drain your emotional energy. They crave your attention, your empathy, your kindness, and your listening ear. But they give nothing back. They do not want advice. They want to be fed. They do not want healing. They want a caretaker. When you begin to distance yourself, they turn bitter. They call you selfish, cold, or arrogant. But the truth is that they are addicted to your energy. They want to pull from your soul like a thief takes from a well. When you stop feeding them, they suffocate spiritually because they cannot survive without attaching themselves to someone stronger. There are also shadowed souls, individuals who are not overtly malicious but spiritually sick. They hold unresolved trauma, jealousy, bitterness, or emptiness. When they look at you, something in them wakes up. They see a reflection of the person they could have been if they had followed God's will. That reflection terrifies them. Instead of using your presence as inspiration, they turn it into resentment. They do not hate you. They hate themselves for seeing their own wasted potential. Your growth is a reminder of their stagnation. Your faith is a reminder of their compromise. Your discipline is a reminder of their laziness. They fear you because you remind them of every failure they have not faced. Energy parasites will attempt 3 strategies when dealing with a chosen one. The first is imitation. They will mimic your personality, your style, your spiritual language, or even your purpose, because they believe that copying you will give them access to your power. But imitation without soul only creates distortion. They borrow your identity, like wearing someone else's armor. Eventually, their mask cracks because your authenticity is organic, while their imitation is forced. When imitation fails, they attack. They will gossip, criticize, insult, or fabricate lies. They will attempt to damage your reputation because they cannot damage your spirit. Their goal is to isolate you, to make you question your gifts, to push you into doubt. But chosen ones are different. You do not collapse under pressure. Your strength comes from the storms you survived. You do not fear rejection because you have walked alone with God. You do not fear misunderstanding because heaven understands you. They cannot destroy someone heaven has already prepared. If attacking fails, they perform the last strategy: avoidance. They disappear, withdraw, and hide because your presence burns them. They cannot stay near someone who sees through them. They cannot converse with someone who listens with spirit rather than ego. They cannot sit at a table where truth is stronger than manipulation. To you, it feels confusing. You wonder why someone suddenly vanished. You think you offended them, but the truth is simple. Their spirit could not endure the weight of yours. Chosen one, pay attention to the people who act strangely in your presence. The ones who become quiet, nervous, hostile, or overly defensive when you are around. You are not imagining their discomfort. They can feel the light you carry. A person who has lied their way through life is terrified of a soul that does not bow to deception. A person who manipulates others is terrified of a spirit that cannot be manipulated. A person whose identity is built on ego cannot stand someone whose identity comes from God. You have probably wondered why strangers confide in you, why broken people seek your comfort, why people who never liked you still ask for your help in moments of crisis. Because even darkness recognizes protection. Your energy is a shelter. Your words hold healing. Your presence gives direction. They may try to wound you in calm times, but when storms hit, they run to you because somewhere inside, they know you carry something eternal. Understand this clearly. Those who fear your light are often the ones who need it most. But it is not your responsibility to heal everyone. God did not make you a vessel for parasites. You are not chosen to be a fuel tank for those who refuse to grow. Your gift is not meant for those who drain you. Some souls will only destroy what they do not understand. Protect your energy. Speak when heaven tells you to speak. Walk away when your spirit tells you to walk away. Your light is powerful, and those consumed by darkness will always try to dim what they cannot defeat. The invisible warfare. What your senses detect before your mind understands. Chosen one, long before a threat becomes clear in the physical world, your spirit feels its approach. You sense things without logic, without warning, without evidence. That is not coincidence. It is spiritual warfare revealing itself through the subtle movements of energy. When you feel sudden tension in your chest, unexplained heaviness in your mind, or a quiet pressure in your surroundings, you are not just feeling stress. You are perceiving invisible forces at work. The chosen walk through two realms at once, the physical world and the spiritual battlefield beneath it. Others only see what is in front of them. You see what is beneath the surface. Your senses alert you before your brain has time to interpret the danger. That is divine protection. You may have experienced this in everyday life. You enter a room and something feels wrong even though everyone is smiling. Your heart becomes restless, your thoughts feel crowded, or your stomach twists for no reason. When you sleep, your dreams become vivid warnings, symbolic messages, or premonitions. When you meet someone, you feel exhausted afterward, even though you barely spoke. You may not know why, but your spirit knows. That person carries draining energy. When you think about a certain decision, your mind tells you it makes sense, but something inside you whispers no. These sensations are not abstract emotions. They are your soul detecting spiritual conflict that your logic has not yet caught up with. Spiritual warfare is rarely dramatic. It is quiet, subtle, and patient. It comes in thoughts that appear suddenly, in doubts that do not belong to you, in confusion that attacks without reason. The enemy knows chosen ones cannot be destroyed physically, so it targets your perception. If your perception is weakened, your decisions weaken. If your decisions weaken, your destiny can be delayed. That is why you often feel spiritual battles before they manifest in reality. You will be living in peace one night, then wake up the next morning with an inexplicable cloud over your mind. Nothing physically happened, but something spiritually invaded your space. There are moments when God will allow you to feel spiritual disturbances so you know what to prepare for. You will feel drained around people others find charming. You will feel uneasy in places others describe as comfortable. You will sense jealousy in someone who smiles kindly. These are not guesses. Your discernment is reading their energy before they reveal their intentions. You are not reacting to their words or actions. You are reacting to the spiritual forces influencing them. Spirits do not hide from chosen ones. They only hide from those who cannot see. Many chosen ones confuse this with anxiety. They think something is wrong with them. They think they are overthinking,